Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stories and Stanza. On the podcast, I have been recording many interviews. The discussions usually are pretty long, from half an hour to an hour, sometimes even more. So, I have been thinking about creating some episodes with what has been my takeaway from this podcast. I did a very interesting episode with Oliver, and he's a journaling coach from Barcelona, and he teaches people to use journaling as a healing tool. I have been journaling for a very long time. This episode made me think about using journaling as a more powerful tool than just scratching the surface. Usually, when we journal, we talk about events, we talk about our day, we talk about our feelings, and there are a number of other journals like gratitude journal, mindfulness journal, travel journal. It's basically documentation and reflection of your time. But the true value for journaling is going one level deeper than that. Let's say I am feeling stressed, I am feeling angry, I am feeling frustrated, any kind of negative emotion. I'm feeling sad, lonely, whatever may be the state of mind, and then I am journaling. But if we spend some time thinking about it as to why I am feeling what I am feeling, there may be a number of reasons. And if we start identifying the reasons, then what we will see, why we feel bad or we feel negative emotions, are pretty common. So if we are feeling negative, then if we write down the reason, for example, I'm feeling bad because I was expecting something and that didn't happen. If I went into a discussion where I felt that I was not valued or I was insulted, or let's say if I had a work related discussion with my boss that didn't go well. Now, if we break it down and if we start questioning why we are feeling what we are feeling, and then if we look back, then we will see that there is a common thread. These patterns are very simple, that usually maps back to something that we had felt in the past. There is something unresolved in the back of our mind. Why journaling is such a powerful tool is that it helps us identify the pattern. So the magic of that is when you go into therapy, like talk therapy, then you are answering questions of a psychologist. But it's not really opening up to a psychologist, you are opening up to yourself. You are opening your mind to the possibilities, what you are keeping inside. How we behave is based on how we feel, and how we feel is basically how we think. If we journal, we will see that getting out of a negative emotion works in two different ways. One is recognizing the pattern and then changing the thinking. So, all of this are basically from a story that we are building in our mind. If we journal it, then we see that, oh, okay, so I am feeling bad because something I am keeping inside, something that I haven't been cognizant about. So there is a pattern that, say, I was maybe bullied as a child, or maybe I grew up with parents who were disapproving of everything, or maybe I grew up with teachers who was not very supportive. So all of these patterns or all of this thinking today are basically rooted in some of the unmet needs. And the moment we journal it, it's acceptance, it's recognizing that, it's telling your mind that there is something that's troubling us. So that's part one of healing. The part two of healing is telling ourselves that the way we felt can be changed. It can be rewired. It can be repurposed. Once our mind accepts that narrative, we will no longer feel the negative emotions in the same way. It took me a very long time to understand what emotional intelligence is, and it is not discarding our negative emotions. It is recognizing our emotions and analyzing what makes us think we are feeling. Once we have identified that reason, it is possible to change that at the root and retell our story. And that is what we can label as healing in today's world. It doesn't stop. It's like an onion. So it works in different layers. Once you have identified a pattern and you have worked on it, then you keep thinking about it and you will find that there is another pattern underneath. So the healing is not something that we can do today and then we forget about it. It's something we have to constantly keep at and improving ourselves. It's a bright afternoon here in Melbourne, and I am Obro, your host in Stories and Stanza. I will be working on bringing a lot of these short episodes for you to listen. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode.